Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. I am so excited about this next segment, actually the next two segments. We are joined by Cythnia Rothrock. She's a world champion in martial arts. We'll find out specifically what she's done. She's been in over 60 movies and is currently shooting a film, and we'll find out about that. And also joining us is another martial artist who has just been inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame, and that's our own Robert Clancy. And you can find out more about Robert at his website, which is, of course, guidetothesoul.com. We will give Cynthia's website out as well. Cynthia, welcome to Late Night Health.
Oh, well, thank you. It's so great to talk with you.
You know, we've kind of put a little heading on our conversation, Cynthia, and that is martial arts, spirituality, and health. Now, I can see, working out, lifting weights, even beating people up can help get you into shape. But martial arts is more than just beating people up. Can you explain that for us?
Well, it's a discipline, martial arts is. It's not only, one of the benefits is, of course, that you learn self-defense, but it also gives you confidence in yourself. It gets you more flexible. Your coordination is better. With children, we found that they're able to concentrate in school. It teaches you to be positive, to be good, to do the best you can at anything you do. And I guess one of the best lessons I've learned through martial arts is never give up, never to accept failure, that if you have a positive attitude and you're determined, you're going to get to your goals. So stay focused, keep your goals. And for me, being in martial arts, I just thank God that, I found my path and my journey of what I was meant to do here on this earth.
How did you find martial arts? When did you find it?
Well, I was always kind of an out-of-the-box kind of a person. If anything was unusual or different, that's what I wanted to do. And I was 13, and my girlfriend's parents were studying Kung Sudo karate, so they came in with their karate uniforms on and they're practicing, and I was like, wow, I kind of like that uniform. And, oh, what are you doing? You're learning how to use your hands and feet to defend yourself. So I said, this was a long time ago, when I was a kid, and nobody even knew what martial arts were. There were hardly any martial arts schools, and to me, it was just fascinating and something that was so unique that I've never heard of anything like that. So I had my mom sign me up at the Scranton Karate School.
Robert, you started martial arts a little bit later than 13, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a late bloomer. I actually, my first introduction to it was back when Bruce Lee's films were out. My brother and dad, and I would watch them, and I always wanted to do it. My brother started karate. He came home, and he had blood all over his uniform, and I said, maybe I'll wait. And I waited a long time. I started when I was in my mid-30s, and moved up through that. And that was 5 to 7 classes a week for 15 straight years to do what I got to do. And I absolutely loved it when I started, and I still love doing it.
Well, you actually have a dojo in upstate New York yourself.
I do, and I believe Cynthia has a school as well.
Do you, Cynthia?
Well, I did. I had schools in Northern California, and then I had one in Southern California. But then it was just I had a partner with it. It was too hard for me because I travel. Mostly, what I do is I travel around the world teaching seminars. So it was hard for me to stick specifically at a school. So now I just opt more teaching at other people's schools.
Well, and it turns out that Cynthia and I are neighbors. She lives in Thousand Oaks, California, which is where I reside. So when you have a class in Thousand Oaks and you want a dummy, I volunteer.
Be careful what you ask for, Mark.
All right, you got to remember that, Robert, that he said that.
I heard it's on record. It is on record.
It's recorded. It is recorded. Our guests are Cythnia Rothrock, world champion in martial arts, Forms and Weapons. She's also been on the cover of Karate Illustrated. She's a proud inductee into the prestigious Black Belt Hall of Fame, along with Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. I was talking with Robert the other day. Robert, I believe you're a 6th degree black belt?
Yeah.
Right? Cynthia, I think you're an 8th or 9th degree black belt?
8th done.
And what's the difference, Cynthia?
She can take me.
I know she can.
I've been training a lot longer, so a lot of times, it depends on, how long, you are from one degree to the next, and that you continued and kept up your training and continue to keep learning more as you progress on.
As dancers age, they tend not to dance as much as basketball players age. They tend not to play as much. Football players, the same thing. And of course, basketball and football are heavy contact sports. As somebody who is involved in martial arts, are you constantly training yourself, Cynthia?
You know what? When I was competing professionally from the years 81 to 85, all I did was train in martial arts, like maybe 10 hours a day. I had a school. I went to Hong Kong. I went to China. I went to Taiwan just to keep getting better and better, because my goal was to be undefeated for 5 years, and I would compete up to 30 times a year. So that was a pretty tough goal to do. And so that's all I did. If I traveled anywhere, I didn't even go sightseeing. I just looked for a martial arts school to train in. And then once I retired from competition and I had my goal of being undefeated for those years, then I wanted to start hiking. I wanted to start skiing. I wanted to, start doing other sports. So now I'm pretty much, I still train in martial arts, but I don't do it every day. But I'll do something, whether it's hiking or, I do hot yoga or, kayaking, anything physical I love to do. So after that, I think because I just didn't do anything else, and the whole world opened up like, ooh, now, I could ski, because before I'd be like, oh, maybe I'd break my legs skiing, and I didn't want to do anything that could hinder, my goal of achieving 5 years undefeated.
I know that you were hiking the other day, I think in the Santa Monica Mountains, which is pretty close to my house. Did you get to the waterfall over there? Have you been over there?
No, I think we were at a different spot. I was up, I did the Blackbone Trail, which is off of Coral Canyon Road.
Okay.
So I think I know the one you're talking about. Maybe, or you're talking about the one that's like in Thousand Oaks.
It's in
go down to the waterfall.
Right. Yes, exactly. It's in the Santa Monica National Park over there.
Right. Well, I love that one because you can bring your dog.
Yes, you can, and you can actually walk to the beach or hike to the beach. My problem is I could walk there. I'm not sure how to get back. I know Uber is available, but I'm not sure that's the right way of doing it. We're going to talk more with Cynthia as we continue Late Night Health. We're going to talk about her movies and her acting career, and find out more about that as Late Night Health continues. And we're also going to talk about, with Robert, how he has blended spirituality and martial arts, because Robert is probably the most spiritual person I've ever met. And we'll start with that, Robert. How do you blend the two?
It's they're not blended. They're just part of it. And I realized that when I went to, and what an honor to go to the Action Martial Arts Hall of Fame dinner. There were 2,000 black belt martial artists in this one banquet, along with the table of all the grandmasters and everybody that was there. And that's when it dawned on me how integrated spirituality is in this journey, because you can't do it without all three, mind, body, and spirit. And everyone that I encountered, Cynthia included, has that on a level that is profound. And I was just so humbled and honored to be among them. And I realized that,
I'm going to interrupt you because I'm going to interrupt you. You called me from there. and you told me you were blown away. Absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big dog, I think. Anyway, we've got Cythnia Rothrock along with Robert Clancy here at Late Night Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll have photos up on our website and much, much more. Don't go away as Late Night Health continues.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.
Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Cythnia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Cythnia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We are spending some time with world champion martial artist Cythnia Rothrock, and, of course, our regular contributor, what's his name? Robert Clancy, the author of The Messenger. And we'll be... we're talking about martial arts, spirituality, and health, and kind of blending the two together. Now, Robert, you said as we concluded our last segment, that there's no blending, that martial arts is all about spirituality. Can you explain that just a little bit more?
Yeah, it's your mindset. It's connecting with everything around you, because really martial arts, as I progressed, is flowing in the energy. And it's, I talk about this. When you have a train coming at you, you don't stand on the tracks and put your arms out. You can redirect it. And I've started to learn that you don't stop this energy that's coming. You create harmony with it. And really, that's the spirituality of it. This energy, even an attack, you have to join it and then redirect it. And where it gets redirected is, unfortunately, into the attacker, or they're going to be taken down on that and not be in a good mood after that. So,
right.
But it's becoming part of that energy, and that's really part of the spiritual journey.
Cynthia, do you practice the same kind of martial arts that Robert does?
Do I do the same kind he does?
Yes.
Is that what you said? No,
Yeah.
I do different styles. I do basically traditional martial arts, and I do a couple Chinese styles and a couple Korean styles. So it's a little bit different. There's some similarities to it, but it's a different art form.
Let's
But
talk.
I think, Robert, you did some Korean Taekwondo, right?
Yeah, I did.
So
I
that
did
is
Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
So
talk.
we have some styles that are the same and some that are different.
Gotcha. And what about the? Let's talk about your acting career. How'd you get started with that?
Well, actually, I was on the West Coast demonstration team, and these were the premier athletes in martial arts on this team. And there was a Hong Kong company coming to Los Angeles. They were looking for the new Bruce Lee. They wanted to find a guy that could take the place of Bruce Lee. And they called the team leader, and they said, can the girls come? And they said, yeah, absolutely, but we're looking for a guy. So we all went down, and I had to do some movement, some weapons, some fighting, and the director, who was Yun Kuei, very prominent, popular director today, said I'm going with the girl. So they signed me up, and off to Hong Kong I went. I shot my first movie. I thought that would be it. I would just do one movie, and that would be something unusual, unique in the life of Cythnia Rothrock. And it broke all box office records, and I got a contract to do 3 films with Golden Harvest. And that was the end of my competition. I reached my goal of 5 years undefeated. And God just directed me right into a new career of doing movies. And since that day, I'm still doing them today and have done like over 60 of them.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there any similarity between acting and martial arts?
Yeah, kind of. Because when you are fighting in the school with someone and you're doing self-defense techniques, you're not really putting full power because obviously you would hurt the people. So a lot of the time, you are kind of acting. And when you do forms and weapons, which I was a champion, it's kind of like doing like a gymnastic routine. You're out there on the floor by yourself, but you're doing martial art moves. But the spirit of that in the warrior feeling has to come from inside. So you have to look like you're not just doing movement, but you are actually really fighting someone. So that's kind of a similarity that you could portray in acting and in martial arts.
Looking at what we've talked about, you mentioned the word failure. There's no room for failure. But don't we learn from our failures so that we can get better, Cynthia?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that in our life, that's our challenges, because then everything would be too easy and we wouldn't have anything to work for. And, actually when I started martial arts, my mom signed me for 4 months and, I was this young girl in the first class. Someone hit me in the head, almost knocked me out. Second class, I almost broke my toe trying to break a board with a kick that I didn't know how to do. And I just couldn't shout. It was all men in the class, and I felt intimidated, and I didn't like it, and I did not want to do it, and I wanted to quit. And my mom said, I signed you up for 4 months. You're not quitting. And one day, the instructor was giving a speech, and I thought it was actually directed to me, saying that quitters are losers, and that you have to try hard and give it your best. And I felt, oh, geez, I have a bad attitude. I'm thinking, I hate this, and I hate push-ups, and I hate shouting, and the reason I'm not good is because I don't practice. So I changed my whole thought pattern around. I was like, I love push-ups. I love push-ups. Push-ups are good for my arms, And once I changed my attitude, I started getting better. And, that was a big lesson for me is that, if you give up to failure, you're never going to succeed in life, that everybody has failures, and absolutely, that's how we learn. We learn, okay, not to do that or to change our attitude, and never give up. Never give up.
And your attitude is really what's important there as well. Changing your attitude toward life, toward martial arts, toward whatever it is that you want to do.
Absolutely, and that's the greatest thing, other than being able to defend myself, is that I don't give up. I don't accept, I do accept failure, you fail, but like you said, it's not the end to the all in. You just continue on and learn from it.
And we learn from our failures. Our guest, Cythnia Rothrock, along with our regular contributor, Robert Clancy, the author of The Messenger. You can reach out to Robert, by the way, at the following place, guidetothesoul.com, guidetothesoul.com. Cynthia, do you have a website?
I do. It's actually in development now, but it's cynthiarothrock.org. But I have a big social media on Facebook, Cythnia Rothrock. I also have a Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel, which I just started, which is Cythnia Rothrock Channel. And that you can learn some training, you could learn, adventures, you could just funny stories. So I focus on that as well. And I also have an Instagram, which is the official Cynthia Rothrock.
Terrific. Thank you for all of those. All right. Now here's the time of the show where we try to get a little bit of extra information. You're filming shooting a film right now called The Huntress. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, it's an action movie, and I play the head of the FBI, and it's basically there's some renegade U.S. people teaming up with some Russians that stole some warheads, and they're here in California trying to get them out of here and sell them, and we team up with the Russians to apprehend the bad guys.
I love it. I think that's terrific. Getting the bad guys. Okay. I want both of you guys on my team. If I run into bad guys, I want both of you guys in front of me. Okay.
I think I want her in front of me, so it's fine.
Yeah.
If you get good at being the dummy, maybe I could put you in one and I could get you up in a film.
Oh, okay. That's good. It could be a dead body then.
Something to aspire to, Mark.
Yeah, I know. I always thought I'd be the tidy bowl man, but a dead body in a movie? Maybe not. Maybe. Robert, what is the next stage for you in terms of martial arts? Will you continue training?
Absolutely, and that's the beautiful thing about it, because you learn as much teaching as you do taking, and there's always somebody else that has some information or something, and I just love going to the different conferences, to the clinics, because you pick up different things, and your perspective changes as you grow through this. And I know, Cynthia, you've been on this journey a lot longer than me, so you know that more than anyone, and you can always learn.
And learning is what keeps us all alive. In fact, I just spoke to a gentleman a couple of days ago who's 92 years old, and he said learning is what keeps him going. Well, we are out of time, and Cynthia, I've so enjoyed having you on the show. Will you come back sometime, either with or without Robert?
Absolutely.
All right, good. Well,
absolutely, anytime.
Good deal. Thank you very much. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Daryl, as always.
My pleasure.
And we invite you to listen to us at latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com. Lots going on over there. Have a great week, everybody. Most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Grief can be such a burden on your heart. It can be crippling to the point where you can't even seem to function. I've been there, and I know that pain. But I also know you're not alone in that sorrow. We're all going through something in this life. Just as the sun has to face dark days, so do we. But the sun also has to shine again. Letting go of grief is not about letting go of your loved one. It's about making room in your heart for the love that you hold for them. If you have great grief, then you must have a very big heart too. It's time to fill your heart with that love and share it with everyone.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.